I was so excited to experience a Monster Hunter game at launch. I've recently got into the series and finally I get to go in on day one and become engrossed in the Monster Hunter hype. But we need to talk about the Monster Hunter Wilds opening hours because, oh my god, I can't believe what I saw when I started the game yesterday.
Tread carefully.
Hurry!
That's right. Have you...
So as a series, Monster Hunter has always struggled with the beginning of their games, and I was a victim to them. Either they were too obtuse, like Freedom Unite, or just kind of slow, like the 3DS games. And realistically, they're probably one of the main reasons why people fall off the series, and it happened to me many times. And it meant that for years I thought Monster Hunter wasn't for me, but eventually when World and Rise came out and kind of tightened that up, I could eventually get into the series. World mostly fixed the problem. It still had that more cinematic flair with a more involved story, but it mostly gave you dialogue at the start of missions and then let you out to do what this game does best, and that is to hunt monsters. And Rise is the best example of how to get people into a Monster Hunter game. It doesn't bog you down with too many tutorials, it just gives you the hunts and then you get to go experience Monster Hunter. Now Wild, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. It starts with a proper cinematic cutscene introducing a couple of characters, and then it throws you on the back of a secret to do this on-rail section. And to be honest, I was kind of confused as to what this was trying to tell me. I have to say, now that I'm playing this with this little tutorial thing that was in the beta, it's a pretty interesting way to start the game. I don't understand what the game is trying to tell me with this. See, right after this scene, you choose your weapon, and then you go off on your first hunt, and I kind of wish the game started there. Oh, Jake, I am good. I am good at this.
Oh, yeah, you're in?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Oh, man. It's just so great because it's truly like a co-op game.
Yep.
Where you are so grateful for your teammates. You really help each other.
I can appreciate how cool all the sound effects are in the opening section, but still, I think they could have shown all of that off while fighting a monster rather than in this opening very scripted section. And the thing is, later on they show you this stuff, but they still give it to you in this more scripted way, which I just don't think is what Monster Hunter is about. There's a mission where you're hunting one of these big giant dog thingamajigs. I don't know the name of them. I'm only new to this series. And they show off the spectacle of the sand falling or the lightning striking or a sandstorm coming in. But they give it to you in this scripted way and you don't organically experience it. It's not like you are just randomly going on a hunt and at random the weather can change. It was meant to happen in this mission and it won't feel as special. And they didn't have to rely on the same scripted nature in Monster Hunter Rise because they ramped up the stakes through gameplay and through music, and it still makes the game feel just as epic when you're fighting some of these giant monsters. I love how they ramp everything up with the music in this game. The music is so good. It's unbelievable. I love it. Capcom should have taken more pointers from Dragon's Dogma 2 because everything felt so organic in that game. You would stumble across a random load of goblins or a troll and a dragon fighting on top of a mountain, and it never felt scripted. And I'm sure later on, when I get full access to the hunts in Wilds, that I will see these moments unscripted, but they won't be as special because I've already seen it before. Realistically, the story of a Monster Hunter game is the one we make ourselves. You know, you'd be sitting there talking to your friends and you'd be saying, oh, I was fighting this one monster and then another one jumped into the arena and it broke a pillar and ended up knocking out both of them. And while they were down, I killed both of them, got loads of cool gear. And it's situations like that that will be way more memorable than the time that the game showed me everything that can happen instead of me experiencing it myself. And it's perfectly highlighted by my experience trying to fight a super hard monster in the beta. I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't really given much context, and I was blown away by how much fun I had, even though he destroyed me.
That's right.
We lived together. We died together.
That's right.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Don't let up.
Yeah, we need to be able to get... I need to, like, reliably... If I can manage to get on his back again, because you can open so many wounds.
Yep.
Scripted sections aside, that isn't even the worst part of it. They constantly take the reins from you. You go from fighting a giant fire-spitting chicken to talking to some random NPCs at a camp. Then you go fight a bloody spider whose thorax looked like a rose, and 2 minutes later you are slowly walking around the forest listening to an NPC. And see, Monster Hunter isn't the game for this.
How many times is this game gonna have us do a walk and talk?
Yeah, it's a pretty slow start. I heard one of the... Is it 4 Ultimate or Generations or something has a really slow start as well? I forget which one.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't understand why why game developers can't wrap their head around that.
We're just walking right now. Why? What is the difference between this, Adam? Why aren't we just running? Like, what's the difference?
The next part is a load of dialogue. You go to another camp, you talk to some NPCs, and now you slowly walk to another marker.
I don't mind talking. I don't mind walking, but it has to feel meaningful. It has to feel like, oh man, we gotta slow down and talk about this. But the game's just like using it as like a, I don't even know why. I don't know why we're doing it.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, like, when you were talking about how it's delivered to you, like, I've recently played Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 and 2, and they're very slow RPGs.
Yeah.
And they somehow make walking around the city interesting, because that's what you expect from the game. You expect it to be slower. So when you sort of get let out into the open world in the first game, you become a guard of a town, and you patrol the town while talking to another guard, and he introduces you to all the local people in the town. And because the game is slow when you're expecting it, it doesn't matter. I genuinely believe that they could have written a 10 out of 10 story and it would still feel like it's getting in the way. We're here to hunt monsters, and I don't like being bogged down by stuff that I personally don't think belongs. If you take it to another genre, imagine a world where Doom Eternal, which is a 10 out of 10 first-person shooter, had slow walking and talking missions and sections like The Last of Us. It could be the best story ever written, but at the end of the day, we're not there to listen to the story. We just want to go back and shoot some demons, and it's the same here. All we want to do is hunt monsters. Well, do you not feel that, just in general, Monster Hunter is just not a game for that?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like there's like an arcadey aspect to Monster Hunter that is the heart of the game. It's about going on the hunt. It's about the story of that you create when you are on the hunt with your friends. I get that.
And when that does happen, it is so much fun, especially playing it in co-op. Yeah, I'm gonna jump in like a madman.
Yeah. Oh, that
I'm
was
on him.
nice. You're on him, dude. You're on him.
Well, that was a good start.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try my hardest to work my way up and open wounds on every part of him.
I think I see a wound.
Yeah, there's multiple wounds.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, wait, draw finisher.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good work. Good work. Oh my god.
Now, when you're actually hunting monsters, this game is amazing. They fixed a lot of the performance and visual issues in the beta, and I was having so much fun streaming this with my friend. I finally got the multiplayer Monster Hunter feeling, but it makes the opening section all the more annoying. It feels like Wilds is holding me back in a way that no other game in the series that I have played has. For every exhilarating hunt I did, I also had to trudge through 10 minutes of dialogue and then slowly walk around wherever I am and listen to another couple of minutes of dialogue, and I simply cannot wrap my head around this choice. I would suspect that a lot of new fans will fall off, not because the game is hardcore or not because the game is obtuse, which most Monster Hunter games are, but they will fall off because of how poor the opening is. I'll have a full video about Wilds up soon, and if you want to hear a story of how I finally got into the series, then check this video out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video.